If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to something a little bit different on the channel. I've never really done anything like this before, so if you enjoy this video and you'd like to see more, do make sure you hit the like button and let me know your feedback in the comments section down below. And if this goes down well, then I'll look to do this on maybe a once a week or twice a week basis with regards to transfers that are going through, and maybe even transfer rumours as well in the world of football throughout this summer transfer window. I've never really done any real life football stuff on the channel before, but I really should. I'm really interested in football. I love discussing it with you guys on Twitter as well, so if you don't follow me on Twitter, do. There's a link in the description to my Twitter. But we're going to go through just a handful in this opening video. I haven't done anything like this before, like I say, so I'll try and keep this short. Only deal with a couple of transfers that have gone through. In further episodes, we'll deal with transfers that are rumoured and other transfers that have gone through throughout the course of the time that's passed between the previous transfer talk episode and this one. And we're going to start with Sebastian Rode. Now, this deal went through about 3 hours ago as I'm recording this video. It was signed, sealed, delivered as of 15:54, I believe. So literally happened earlier on this afternoon, as you'll be seeing this on Monday evening. The fee as of yet is undisclosed. I haven't been able to find any source as to regards how much Rode has cost Borussia Dortmund, but obviously Rode has seen first team football at a premium so far in the past couple of seasons at Bayern Munich. Played significantly less football this year as well as to the amount of football he did last year. Obviously Bayern brought in Arturo Vidal in the previous summer transfer window, so his battle for a first team place in the Munich starting lineup was pretty intense, and as such hasn't been able to find his way into the starting lineup. Now, Dortmund lost a midfielder that we'll come on to in a moment, and as such have brought in a replacement. Now, I'm presuming that they'll have made, quote-unquote, made profit from the sale of Ilkay Gundogan to bring in Rode. I don't think Rode will have cost as much as Gundogan cost going out. So we're technically in a like-for-like central midfielder rotation deal. They have made a little bit of money here. They are in some financial, not necessarily financial difficulty, Dortmund, but they did make a loss in the previous financial year, so that is kind of dictating what they're doing in the transfer window, selling on their better players for a large chunk of money and trying to replace them, not necessarily on the cheap, but with cheaper deals of players that are established. Rode is an established player in the Bundesliga, and he will definitely do a very good job for Borussia Dortmund. Whether he'll be able to replace entirely Ilkay Gundogan's role in the squad, I'm not sure. Gundogan, of course, as we move on to that deal, has gone from Borussia Dortmund out to Manchester City in England for 20 to 21 million pounds, I believe, was the fee. Obviously, Rode was undisclosed, but you would presume that Sebastian Rode was less than 21 million. Gundogan has been established in the Dortmund side for a few seasons now. Obviously, he had a rather large spell on the sidelines due to injury a couple of seasons ago, but apparently Pep Guardiola was determined to sign Ilkay Gundogan, and it was his first signing at the club, so clearly he had his eyes set on Gundogan from the moment that his contract was signed at City. Prior to him actually moving there this summer, I believe that they decided that, or the deal went through with him moving from Bayern Munich to Manchester City with regards to the managerial transfer. Not Gundogan, was done a few months ago. They announced it. Was it back in February that Pellegrini would be leaving and Pep Guardiola would be coming in, and Gundogan was the first signing. Like we say, £21 million. Gundogan is a solid player, will probably do well in the Premier League. The Bundesliga and the Premier League seem to be, more similar in style of play than, say, the Premier League and La Liga or Ligue 1 or Serie A. It's the Bundesliga is a more physical, faster-paced league to the others in Europe, so should be able to settle in quite well at Manchester City, and I would have thought we'll be able to do a really good job for them straight off the bat. So we'll have to wait and see how that deal goes, or how he settles in at his new club and how he gets on in his first few games in a Manchester City shirt. Moving on from there, we find ourselves at Marc Bartra. Now, he was brought in for, again, a cheaper fee. There has been a fee announced for this. It was €8 million or £6.2 million for Marc Bartra to come into Borussia Dortmund from Barcelona. Obviously, that again is a cheaper replacement deal for one of their larger, better players, higher paid. higher price tag players that left the club earlier on in the window. Again, we'll cover that at the end of the video, but I'm sure you know already that it's Mats Hummels. But Marc Bartra, again, similarly with Roda, hasn't had as much first team opportunity as he may have liked at his previous club, being Barcelona. Of course, you can see him in the picture there alongside Carlos Puyol, who I believe was part of helping negotiate the deal, although I'm not too sure. You'll have to let me know in the comment section how much of a part Carlos Puyol actually had to play in the move from Bartra to Dortmund from Barcelona. But £8 million for a player of Marc Bartra's quality is, as far as, or €8 million even, £6.2 million is an extremely good deal as far as I'm concerned. He obviously won't be able to jump straight into Mats Hummels' shoes. Hummels is one of the best central defenders in all of Europe, so it would be difficult for almost any defender to fill his shoes, but Bartra's still young, can grow as a player. Obviously, has had fantastic development at Barcelona already and will continue to grow as a professional and as a player in that central role. I'm not too sure who will be playing alongside, perhaps Socrates, if Socrates stays at Dortmund. Like we say, they are in some, not necessarily financial difficulties, but they are looking to sell on larger players to bring in cheaper replacements. But I think that might be them done for this window. Royce is obviously rumoured to be leaving, as he has been for the past 3 or 4 years. So we're not sure what's going to happen there. We'll perhaps touch on a potential Royce move in a later episode or a later transfer talk video. But for now, as you can see, Marc Bartra has joined for £8 million or €8 million, and I think that's a good deal. You'd have to let me know in the comment section down below what you think of that particular deal. I didn't see it coming, to be completely honest. You knew that they'd bring in a replacement for Mats Hummels, but who it would be was unclear, and I was quite surprised actually that Marc Bartra was the name that was the one that they went for. So fair play to him, best of luck to him at Borussia Dortmund. Obviously they're a well-established side in the Bundesliga and in Europe. He'll be playing Champions League football next year, as Dortmund of course came second in the Bundesliga in the previous season, so still getting some first team football in Europe as well as domestically, and you would presume more football now at Dortmund than he was getting at Barcelona. And we mentioned it earlier, the final deal we're going to look at is Mats Hummels. Obviously, he was previously at Bayern Munich before he moved to Borussia Dortmund. You can see in the picture there with Oliver Kahn. He looks so very, very young in that picture. But of course, he's moved back to Bayern Munich from Borussia Dortmund for around £30 million. It's the biggest deal that we're looking at in today's episode. And as you can see, he's pictured here with a big smile on his face. He's very happy to have moved back home. He is, of course, from Munich, so it's a going home style move for him. Slightly controversial, of course, moving from Borussia Dortmund to Bayern Munich, but not a unique move. Of course, Robert Lewandowski and Mario Götze had previously moved from Dortmund to Bayern, and now Mats Hummels follows in their path. Obviously, Carlo Ancelotti is going to be the new manager at Bayern Munich, who will get the best out of Mats Hummels the same way that Jurgen Klopp and the manager that took, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, I apologise, but the manager who's currently at Borussia Dortmund got the best out of Mats Hummels as well. So he's obviously, as we said earlier, one of the best defenders in Europe. It's an extremely good move for Bayern. It further strengthens them. Mehdi Benatia is potentially going to be leaving Bayern to make way for Hummels coming into the first team, but nothing concrete has been said on that as of yet. Benatia said that if he was to move, he'd be open to a move, but if he's to stay, he's happy to stay. And obviously you would presume that Hummels will take Benatia's first team spot and start alongside Jerome Boateng as a back two. But again, Alaba's been playing at centre-back recently for Bayern Munich, but that might be Pep's doing, and obviously Carlo Ancelotti might not be keen on playing Alaba at centre-back. So Hummels and Jerome Boateng look like it's going to be the starting lineup at the back for Bayern Munich next year. They look even stronger than they were at the end of the last season, and they were particularly strong enough then as well. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all of the deals that we mentioned in today's episode. Like I say, in further ones, we'll discuss any transfers that have happened between now and that next video, and any rumours that are still circulating around. Of course, Jamie Vardy to Arsenal is an extremely strong rumour right now, and looks like the deal may possibly go through within the next few days. Let me know whether you'd like to see this once or twice a week, and I will of course do my best to get stuff out to you. But like I say, let me know the feedback in the comment section down below. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, either transfer talk stuff like this, real life football stuff. I do plan to start vlogging when I go to games, etc. next season as well, hopefully, and of course there's plenty of FIFA stuff on the channel too if you're interested in that career mode stuff. So check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days if you haven't been able to catch up on any of the AC Milan career mode or my player stuff. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support on the channel recently. I haven't actually said it in a video yet, but thank you very much for 150,000 subscribers. I'm contemplating doing a special video, maybe a Q&A or something. I'll let you know on Twitter if I do decide to do something like that. So as always, follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description down below. But that is all from me now. Sorry, I'm waffling again. I will see you next time.